Hello everyone. So a few days ago I asked my followers on Instagram if they had questions about pronunciation of specific words and expressions, and a few people replied to me with very interesting requests, which today will be discussed in this video. But first, let me give you a disclaimer. Disclaimer is like a warning. It's something that you need to know before starting an activity. Okay, so pronunciation is taught in different ways depending on various factors, such as if the speaker have or not a learning disability or auditory processing disorder that prevents them from speaking the sounds correctly. So I have been a teacher for a few years now, and what I learned is that many students have a learning disability that they are not aware of, and that prevents them from improving their English. Okay, this is not their fault. Sometimes we have this. Everyone has a type of disorder these days, and for example, the auditory processing disorder is something very common that has been going on lately, which is you listen to a sound, and that sound is processed in your brain differently to how it is processed in mind, for example. So if I say children, for example, a person that has this problem would understand children. All right. So if you have an immense difficulty with understanding sounds and accents, you might want to check with a doctor, with a professional, perhaps a neuro psychologist or a speech therapist. And if you need help, just let me know down in the comments, and perhaps we can chat further. And the next thing is the speaker's first language. A person whose first language is Chinese, for example, will find these exercises I will teach here far from helpful, since the way they work the muscles in their mouth, throat, and nose in order to speak is different to ours, Brazilians. So, for example, if a person that is Chinese is watching this video, they will think, well, these exercises are not helpful at all. Of course they aren't, because you process the words differently to us. Like with the way we work, our mouths is different to a person that speaks Chinese as first language. Okay? And here I'll be addressing the TH, which is a nightmare to most Brazilians, me included. It was. Now I don't have problems with TH, but I had for quite some time, okay, in the past. So let's get to it. The first word is thought. And before I talk about this, you need to understand something. You know what IPA means. I've been talking about the IPA for ages now. But if you need more clarity on what I'm talking about, just leave a link down below. Where I explain in detail what IPA means. Now, the International Phonetic Alphabet is very helpful if you're trying to improve pronunciation. And this sound here, this zero in half, like is cut in half, is the sound of feel the air. So this is the sound you're going to make. So this zero in half here is and this C, this reversed C is ooh. Ooh. Two dots or colon is long vowel, and then the T. So it's thought. Thought. Okay, so tongue in the middle of your teeth in U shape might help. It might help if you do. Okay, so thought. However, I'll be very honest with you. When a person speaks posh English, i.e., the so-called received pronunciation, which now is being called by linguists certain standard British accent, then usually people will say like thought, they will pronounce all the T's. However, many people, they speak the modern RP. You don't need to know all this gibberish, but it means the popular English in England. they often cut the T out. So they would say Thor. Thor. So this one here is thought, and this one here is Thor. Thor. I will show in a sentence in a moment. Bear with me. So it's thought, Thor. Okay? Now, if you think that you are struggling too much with this, you can always resort to the American version, which is thought. Thought is way easier, isn't it? I agree, it's easier. Thought, because it's open. Thought. Thought. You don't need to do the U shape. You just do thought. Now, look at the difference. Thought, thought. Thought, thought. Okay? Let's see the next one. Again, the zero cut in half, through. Tongue in the middle of your teeth and pretend you are going to spit. Through. Through. Feel the air. Through. Through. You're going to push your teeth, pretending you're going to spit. Through. Through. Now, let's read these two words in context. Has the payment gone through? Through. Through. Has the payment gone through? Through. 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 Remember, spit. Through. Now look at the next one. I thought you were going to come to the meeting. I thought you were going to come to the meeting. That's how usually people, like native speakers, they usually say, I thought you were going to come to the meeting. I thought. They usually cut the last T. However, if the person that is saying that is very posh, they will probably pronounce all the T's. So they will say, I thought you were going to come to the meeting. I thought you were going to come to the meeting. Okay? Now, you can always say the American version. I thought. Way easier. Am I right? I thought. It's your option. All the three options are correct. It's up to you. Okay? You need to tell yourself, what am I comfortable with here? You know, you need to ask yourself, actually, what am I comfortable with here? Because I really enjoy listening to the British accent and emulating the accent, I try as much as I can, then I decided to say thought. My friends, my English friends, they all say, I thought, they cut the last T. Okay, so through, thought. Remember? Okay, the next one. Now, this one was a very, very interesting question. There was a bloke that sent me a message and he said, Haiza, to me, it's a problem when I have to say G or D, because whenever I say these two letters, people don't understand me. That is very interesting. First of all, it will depend on what part of Brazil you're from, because if you're from the south, if you're from Paraná, perhaps Santa Catarina, some places in Santa Catarina, you say D sense, you know, you will have a different way to pronounce D, for example, compared to my way, because in São Paulo we say G. I need to sneeze. Hey, fever. Sorry, I'm back. So if you are from the south of Brazil, it might be difficult for you to differentiate between these two letters. And I would have to speak to you to understand properly what the problem is. But I see many people from Paraná, they struggle with G, D, T. Okay? Now, I'll try my best to help you. So in the case of G, can you see the phonetic transcription? So this sound G in this weird tree is G, G. So you have to you have to open your lips. Pretend you had a Botox. Pretend you had a Botox. And you do like this. Okay? Upper teeth. The upper teeth is in front of the bottom teeth. So it's G. You see? G. 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 The upper teeth is in front of the bottom teeth. So it's G. 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 Botox, G. G. Weird. G. Now, look at the difference. Hear the difference. Upper and bottom teeth aligned. D. D. G. D. G. Botox, D. G. Botox, D. You must be thinking, Haisa, but I'm a man. I'm a man. I cannot make all these faces. My friend, I know it's weird, it's awkward, but you start by practicing it. It will feel over the top. It will feel a bit exaggerated at first, but then you will get used to it. I promise. It takes a while, okay? It takes a while. So again, Botox, G, G, D, D. Upper and bottom teeth are aligned. D. Now, on the left-hand side, G, 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 D, G, D. Think about that. I hope that was helpful. You let me know afterwards, okay? Practice for a week, and then you send me a voice message on Instagram. Now, these ones, my apologies. These ones, they were quite random, but I like them. So, first one, you see this V upside down. This V is the sound of so love, London. Yeah, não é love, não é London. I love London. Unfortunately, remember the C, the reverse C. So unfortunately, 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 I will have to work on Sunday. That's a joke. No, never, never again. Unless I earn a lot of money, bitch. No, just kidding. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. The next one, bureaucracy. This one, I have a history with this one. I think 2 years ago, I said this word and a woman corrected me, and I never forgot. I have never forgotten ever since. So it's bureaucracy. This J that you see here is not J de janela, viu? No. Esse J é o bureaucracy. 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 Now, I'll go to the bottom first, and then I'll talk about 30 and 13, because these two very is a lot of trouble. So, okay, now the last one, the next one actually, road. This tree here is the like person or person. Don't say person. No, person or person. Service, road, or road. Is this sound? Road. Go. Go. Who is that girl? Who's that girl next to you? It's weird. It's weird. I agree with you. It's weird. So, road. But be honest with me. Level up with me, all right? Do you think it's easier to say world or world? Because to me, world is way more difficult. So, world. World. Now, these two. Again, depending on where you're from in Brazil, you might have a lot of trouble with this because we say differently, okay? So what I see many Paulistanos doing, many people from Goiás, people from Rio, they say 30, no. Remember, this first one is not pronounced. Língua frouxa, feel the air. 30, 30, 30. I'm 30 years old. I wish I'm 30 years old. I'm gonna be 34 in a month. 30, 30, 30, 30. Practice this T. T, 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 30, 30. You can also say 30, 30. If it's easier for you, then just do the American 30, 30, 30, 30, okay? Or 30, 30. Now, again, língua frouxa. 13, 13, 13, ting, 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 13, 13, 13, 30, 13, 30, 13. All together. 1. Unfortunately. Bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. 30, 30, 13, 13. World. The world. The world is mine. Anyway. World. Now to wrap it up. Isa, I don't know how to pronounce run, red, already arrive. Remember, ra. O leque. And I forgot how to say leque in English. Oh my God. Bear with me. Bear with me. Just fan. Fan. Fan é ventilador. Como assim leque? Como assim leque e ventilador é a mesma coisa? Não, amigo. Tá errado. Mas enfim. Fan. Fan. Okay. So remember the fan. You just have to ra. When you open the fan, doesn't it do like ra? So run, red, already, arrive, ra. Run, riser, red, rat, already, rabbit, arrive, ra. Just, you have to remember that. Easy, easy peasy, ra. Remember the fan. Okay, now, run, red, already, arrive. Remember the fan. If you liked it, follow me on Instagram. If you don't already, right? I'm guessing you do. And buy me a coffee if you can. I'll leave here the link in the description. There will be new posts on Buy Me a Coffee today. Not today, this week. Today I'm knackered. No way. But there's plenty of posts there for you to read if you haven't already. And if you buy me a coffee, is a way that you support my content. Okay, thank you so much. I hope this video was helpful. I know it was too long. And if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Okay, I'm a bit crazy. I think I'm hungry.